Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 70 of Between the Collectors. And we are gathered tonight to talk about this beauty that is called collecting. So it's going to be a fun show tonight. We have a lot of topics to discuss. We're going to talk about Hot Toys Beetlejuice announcement. We're going to talk about Prime One, Iconic Studios Ryu, Just in Catwoman, and of course, I think one of the big topics of the day about this controversial topic about the Batmobile quote unquote influencers badge bullshit. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna call it like that because it's kind of bullshit. But anyway, you guys will hear what we mean by that. So stay tuned because it's gonna be a very spicy shows. And we're just gonna tell like it is because I think we kind of like we heard enough, we've seen enough. I think it's time to speak up. That's one. Number two. What is the number two again? I just forgot the number two. Fuck, I just forgot.
That's quite all right. Just look at the list. Look at the list.
Oh, number two. Fuck.
Right
I
there.
have some news also to share. Some inside information. Again, I'm kind of taking the risk on this type of thing because I used to do this a while ago and I kind of stopped because, I was just getting bombarded left and right. But the person that I'm having these conversations is kind of pretty legit. So he shared some information that I want to show it to you. So grab your drink, grab your cookies, because it's going to be a very spicy show. And this is how we start Between Collectors. And of course, you know the drill. I have to say hi to the people on the chat. And of course, my members, my beautiful members. All Toys, the VIP member of the chat, of the channel. Hello, collectors. How are you, my friend? We have the Movie Canon. Actually, Movie Canon, you got gifted a membership. So hopefully you like it and you stay with us. Good evening, collectors. How you doing, sir? Thank you very much for stopping by. Another member, Chase, how are you, my friend? What's up, plastic crackheads? How you doing, sir? Nice to see you around. We have Curtis Booth. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Jovin. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. What's up with those names? Tyler Fell, another member of the channel. Thank you very much, my friend, for stopping by. And you see many members. So last week we had a giveaway, so congratulations to the winners. And we kind of gifted, the courtesy of course of my friend Chuck and Easy Community Collectors and myself, a few memberships. So this is for you guys to try it on, and if you like it, you stay with us. So we hope that you guys can be with us because we're gonna have another giveaway after obviously the 30-day period, because I wanted to be fair to new members as well. But we're gonna do is I'm gonna be running giveaways every 30 days for all tiers, right? I'm probably gonna do it 2 more times, and then after that I'm gonna do VIPs and platinum VIPs only, and then after that I'm just gonna do for platinum VIPs only, because that was kind of like the intention of it, right? Some of the perks that you can get, right? Obviously, if you're a silver member, you get all the emojis, all the badges, and all those things. If you're a VIP, you have a VIP exclusive group chat on WhatsApp, and trust me, you want to join because that shit is insane. All the conversations that we had on that group is nuts, and you're gonna love it because I share a lot of news there too. And if you want to go even further and support us even more, you will be in the Platinum VIP, which you can get access to monthly surprises, quote unquote giveaways, right? Obviously, the more VIP Platinum we get, the higher the price. And on top of that, you can be selected as well to be part of the show. So I can ask you, hey, VIP Platinum member, you want to be part of this stream? Yes, you're here. Simple as that. And proof of that is Chuck. Chuck is Platinum VIP member. We asked him to be part of the stream. He's here. and then he got hired with no pay. So, so yeah, so that's it. If you guys want to support, it's very easy. If you go at the bottom of the chat, there's a little $sign thing. So you click on it, and you can actually select to become a member from there. So you don't have to exit. You don't have to do anything. It's simple, easy. So yeah, so hopefully, guys, you do that and support the channel even more. And we're gonna start with the first topic of the night. Some news we got. Our friend Beetlejuice was announced, and we're gonna talk about this particular figure and also kind of like make a comparison with the Sideshow one, because even though it's the same character, there are two different movies. So we can talk about it. So I'm gonna start with Desi on this. Beetlejuice was announced today. What are your thoughts?
I think these are two different figures. The Sideshow one, well, obviously it's two different figures, right? But the Sideshow one, yes, is from a different movie, but it also looks younger, right? And granted, this one comes with a very nice display, and look, overall, this one just looks better. It's Hot Toys. What can you expect? Plus the wool hair, like, look, it's a wool hair, and it's not artisan, right? It's not artesian. So that's interesting too. Plus, it's got the two head sculpts, right, with the two eyes. I think it's two separate head sculpts. It's not interchangeable eyeballs or anything like that. So, look, this looks good. Tailoring looks great. I can't wait to see this movie tomorrow. I like it. I really like it. And there's nothing negative, honestly, that I can say just from going through the pictures yesterday.
And yeah, I agree. So these are two different. Actually, let me maybe share this. So before I go to my friend Chuck here, so this is kind of like a comparison thing that I put together. So we got the Sideshow Beetlejuice, which is retailing for $270, and then we have the Hot Toys Beetlejuice, which is for the new second movie, which is $330 with comic concepts, right? So Chuck, in terms of pricing, the size, obviously Hot Toys is more expensive, but then at the same time we'll get more for the money.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot more for it. That the base, the eyeball with the tongue is just, I mean, it's just so perfect. I got a little bit of a sinus thing going on, so I apologize to everybody for that tonight. But Beetlejuice is one of my all-time favorite movies. I mean, it is just an 80s cult classic. So good. I love it. I just found out that my wife has never seen it, which blew my mind. And I immediately went on Apple TV and purchased it so that we can watch it this weekend and then go see the new one. I am so excited about this figure. Like, I am. This is going in the DTOF. This is an instant pre-order for me. I love Michael Keaton. I love this. This is one of the best head sculpts I think they've ever done, honestly. And I know that that's a lot to say because the paint application is so different than what we get on just a natural texture. But the hair, the expressions, the eyeballs with the tongue is perfect. The fingernails, the weathering. I mean, this is really good. And I agree with Desi. I think it's really kind of interesting that, you know, this is not artesian, but we got wool hair.
Mm-hmm.
So is that going to become the new standard for Hot Toys? On stuff like this, on some stuff anyway. I think at least on some stuff it could happen.
Yeah.
But this is so good. I wish they would do, you know, an original Beetlejuice to go along with it. The younger Michael Keaton, the Sideshow one, I think is good in some ways, but it's a Sideshow figure, and not that all of them are horrible, but it's not the same. I mean, we all know that. So
you guys both made a good point. So we kind of seeing the price difference, right, between the Sideshow one and the Hot Toys one. So one, again, $270 for Sideshow, $330 for Hot Toys. Now we can say, oh wait, why is this more expensive? I mean, it's very simple, right? The Hot Toys comes with more accessories, a very nice little diorama piece. The base is kind of boring, but the little diorama piece kind of adds some value in it. But also the wool hair implantation that they're using for this type of figure, right? And I think that's where the price tag increases a little bit more, right? It is really not fair to compare both, I guess. One, because it's from two different movies, right? So obviously the one of the Sideshow is the youngest one, and the Hot Toys is the oldest version, or the older character. So it is really not fair to compare. But will this be some sort of room for Hot Toys to, like Chuck mentioned, or Easy or Desi, to maybe do a younger version as well?
Oh,
What do
that
you
would
guys
be so
think?
cool. It would be
That
so
would
cool.
be that would be good. It's interesting. It's like the one on the. I still like the Sideshow one. I still think it's good, right? Maybe a little
Yeah, I
too
do too.
expensive, but it's still good. But it's like it's 1080p, and then the one on the right is like 8K, right? Like it's still good. 1080p is still good, even
Yeah.
by today's standards, right? It's just it's not as good as the Hot Toys one.
So this is a picture that I took. Well, I didn't take it, but I actually grabbed it from someone who put it on the on Facebook. So this is like the final product of the figure
Of the Sideshow?
of the Sideshow one. Yeah.
Well, that's some 80s hair. That's some big
Yeah.
hair. That's some big hair.
He should
Holy
definitely
cow.
be in a band. Wow.
Yeah, his hair was not that high in the movie. Not at all. I mean, it was all over the place, but it wasn't,
High.
that tall. Yeah.
Yeah, agree. It's obvious that Chuck, you're right. Like,
The tailoring looks, I mean, it's hard to tell really well, but the tailoring looks pretty good on that. Is that the stand that they're going to ship this thing with? It's just that basic crotch grabber stand?
That's what it looks to me.
Oof.
And that's my problem with Sideshow. Is always the same freaking base. They need to kind of like innovate a little bit. Plus, the bodies that they use normally are like shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I had issues with some horror figures that I had in the past, but I mean, the base is really boring. But then one thing that I like about this is the packaging. I mean, let me just kind of zoom in a little bit here. Oops. One is from actually the
Yeah, no, the packaging is really cool. Well,
Is
it
it
looks
the
like
box?
the old VHS tape.
that's cool.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, you're right. Actually, look at this part
Yeah,
over
with
here.
the-
Maybe you guys can see that.
And the sticker that says comedy, how it would be at a
Yeah,
rental store.
It does.
Right?
Oh
Yeah,
my god, it's
Yeah.
the VHS tape.
it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I think the packaging is beautiful. There's very good attention to detail for sure. But yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I mean, the Hasco looks kind of weird. I mean, maybe the picture quality is not the greatest either. So again, I pre-ordered this one. I'm getting it for sure, simply because I love Beetlejuice. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that right there to me is, even though he's older, and you can tell he's a lot older in it, it's just so good. I mean, even the hands, the way they've painted the hands.
The nails. Yeah, the nails are all a different color, right?
Yeah. Hot Toys has definitely stepped their game up here. I mean, definitely, I think. Especially with the paint application. I love the newspaper. I mean, there's some really cool little accessories that they've put into this. It's not just stuff that you're going to leave in a box somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
like
the amount of detail in the face, I mean, we can discuss whether it's accurate to Keaton or not. I think it is accurate enough, right? But it's just beyond that, like the amount of actual detail, of texture in that face is amazing.
Mhm. I agree. Are these photos from Secret Base?
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
from-
that, I mean, it looks good. And in some of the promo shots, there was one towards the end. I think it was either like the third to the last or second to the last one, where they've got him in a pose and his head is kind of tilted down and he's looking up over the top. And it looked like Michael Keaton. I was like, wow, that shot, that with the eyeballs is just perfect. I mean, that is Beetlejuice,
So you see, they have the base, and then they have this. They have,
next to it. Yeah.
Next to
Yeah,
it,
Tombstone, yeah.
the tombstone. Yeah.
Yeah,
This one looks
the
pretty
paint
good.
application on the hands is solid. I mean, it is really solid.
And I can tell that he has some sort of
Fat suit.
material, yeah, inside, right, to make it bigger.
Mhm.
Because you can see the puffy arms and the belly, of course. But the weather looks on point on this one, though.
It does. It does. It looks much. The weathering here looks much better than, for example, the Hot Toys Pennywise, which wasn't weathered enough.
Agreed.
Right. Yeah.
And you did a video on it, right? How to
Yeah,
weather it.
yeah. That was a while back, but yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the
He looks-
green around the side of his face,
Look
man.
at that. Yeah.
That's so good.
I know.
Looks like
That's-
actual grime, right? Like,
Yep.
it's very cool.
Yeah, no, I think they did a really good job on this one. I'm not sure about the choice of the head sculpt. I'm not saying that it's horrible because it's definitely not. It's Michael Keaton for sure. But I would have preferred a more like a serious, plain look, like the one from Sideshow, for example. But I guess they wanted to make it different. And it kind of makes sense because, you know, Sideshow and Hot Toys are very, like, you know, they work together. So, you know, maybe they didn't want to F it up.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He's like,
Mama, may I have cookie?
No, Diabito. Roll back to kitchen.
Oh.
Never gets old.
I never go.
Diabito.
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 And I mean, you guys probably weren't here when I made the story about that one, right? Fuck Gadget in the house, member of the channel. How you doing, papi? I've just watched the movie and this figure looks great. Dude, I can't wait to watch that movie, man. I want to watch it. I'm gonna find some time. I'm gonna go to the mall tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can scoop some time on Sunday to watch it. But definitely I want to watch it.
Yeah, I do too. I want to try to go to a matinee where it's not as crowded, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the problem. Have you seen Deadpool? Not yet.
Still not yet.
Fuck. Come on, Chuck.
I know.
Good.
This week kind of kicked me though, so that's why. But
so this one here looks good. I love the weathering, the heart, the nails. Look at the freaking nails.
Yeah, it's like look at the nails. It's like almost like black, yellow, like what is that? Purple and then green. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, the paint application on the hands is ridiculous.
It's really good.
Paint apps on the whole thing is ridiculous. I'm telling you, there's one that's I think it's the second to the last photo in the that one's similar to it, but there's one where he's looking over his looking down and looking up, and it's gonna have the the purse system, which is nice. Yeah, the one on the right where he's kind of looking down at it. Yeah,
This one here.
yeah.
Yep.
To
No,
me,
I
that's Beetlejuice.
That's Beetlejuice, and it does look like Michael Keaton for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the likeness is right there.
And Chuck, going back to what you were saying for a second about the artisan hair, is it everything going to, is it going to be wool now for all hairs, as it maybe should be for all figures? And it's interesting because that was called artesian, right? But that's what DX used to be. DX, not the hair, but DX used to be parallel rolling eyes, right?
Yep.
Like the eyes that roll. Now everything has, as it should, parallel rolling eyes. That's the standard, right? So maybe this will become the standard. Hopefully,
I think it would be really interesting if they went that route with having wool hair, at least on if it was 50% of the figures and it wasn't quote unquote artisan, where like the Black Widow artisan sold out pretty damn quick. I managed to get one, thank God. But if this becomes the standard, because like you said, DX used to be the next level. I mean, those DX figures back in the day, well, all the DX figures, I got the DX28 Vader, but you get, better bases and better tailoring and the purse system and better sculpts. And it's just, I mean, not to mention the boxes on the DX series, just they always had such good packaging with the foam cutouts on the inside of them.
Yep.
That was just on another level instead of the plastic tray. I mean, I got a DX I got a DX08 Joker sitting right there that I showed Dante last week off stream. That just the packaging, the experience, you open it up and it's got that top cover with something from the movie, like a piece of fabric, or the Terminator one was bullet holes in it, which was, it was really cool. But if this becomes a new standard, I think that's a huge win for Hot Toys. I think it's something that InArt has pushed them to, which, hats off to InArt for that, for making Hot Toys step up their game, but I definitely think they have. When I said they've stepped up their game, I really feel that they have. This is really good. I love the Here Lives Beetlejuice base. That's awesome. The newspaper, the nail file, the book. I mean, just even the thumb, everything, the heart, everything. The microphone. I love it. This is going to be a fantastic figure in my collection. I'll cherish this one 100%.
So now the question of the $1 million is this better than Sideshow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still like Sideshow. Don't get me wrong. It's still good.
Yeah.
I think it's Sideshow now in comparison, right? Now the Sideshow one looks like the price is too high. I'm not saying it's bad figure, right? It's still good. It's just too high compared to a 330 Hot Toys one that is essentially an old DX, right? Look at everything that's offered in this Hot Toys one.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been like a DX, no problem with the eyes, with the hair, with the tailoring, with the base, like. Yeah,
I love the look of his mouth on the Sideshow one. I do. The when Beetlejuice would do the throw your boys, throw your friends, impress your family. You know, I mean, he would do stuff like that. I mean, I mean, that's just who he was, and it was so cool what Michael Keaton brought to that role. And I love that sculpt. I wish Sideshow or I wish Hot Toys could have had a sculpt with that same type of expression on it, the expression that he had. But I really do still like the Sideshow one. I do agree with Desi. I think it's overpriced. Yeah. When you compare it to what you get in the Hot Toys, I mean, just the base. If that's the actual production base that they've given us and it doesn't even have a name on it, it's just, I mean, it looks like a base that I can get off of, you know, eBay for $5. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, where the ones where you can pick your image and they'll print it on it for you. I don't like the base, and I think the hair was way too big. It would definitely need a haircut when we got it, but you know, I got one of those. I can do that. I think me and Desi can do the haircut thing pretty well.
No problem.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll figure it out.
Tylerfell says the only thing Sideshow version has over Hot Toys one is Sideshow's original movie.
Yep.
And that's true. I mean, they did the original movie, and of course, the nostalgia is there, right? I mean, when I watched the first one, actually, I watched the first one with my daughter a while ago, and she loved it. She loved it. I mean, she's a teenager for the 80s, like an 80s movie. 80s or 90s? Wait, what was
80s.
It was 80s.
80s, right?
Yeah, maybe late 80s. This was before Batman, right? And Batman was 89.
I think
Somebody correct me if I'm
right.
wrong.
I think 87, 88, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beetlejuice was 88.
88,
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my God, that's the year I graduated high school, y'all.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, I'm dating myself here.
Quite all right.
I was 8 years old back then. So I mean, if you ask me this question, if it's better than Sideshow, it all depends of what is your preference. If you are more leaning towards the original movie, then obviously maybe Sideshow is going to be your selection. But if you don't really care and you want to get both versions, the first movie and second movie, you're gonna get both. Or if you're kind of like, you know what, I want to get the latest only, then you'll get the Hot Toys one. So personally, I already pre-ordered the Sideshow one and already pre-ordered the Hot Toys one. So I'm gonna get, actually, no, I didn't pre-order the Hot Toys one. Fuck, I have to do it. So I'm gonna get the Hot Toys one as well, just because I love Beetlejuice and I don't mind having two versions because, again, like Tylerfell said, one is the original movie, the other one is the sequel. So perfect blend, you know. I think it's a win-win. Price-wise, yes, Hot Toys is a bit more pricey, but also you get more. You get better head sculpt quality, personal opinion, plus the wool implantation, and you get extra accessories as well, which are kind of like awesome too. So
I would like to have both. I would. I think it would be cool to do some sort of a little display where you had like the little green foam like they had on the table with the little house or something, and put the Here Lies Beetlejuice. You can get really creative if you've got the room doing some sort of a diorama piece with the two of these. Yeah. I just would love to see Hot Toys give us Jenna Ortega or Winona Ryder, or, you know, give us some of the other characters and not just Beetlejuice. I think that would be really cool too.
Yeah, I agree. And probably they're going to do that. Maybe they're going to give us probably Jenna Ortega, or maybe Lydia, I think is her name. So
Yeah.
maybe they will do maybe other characters that we haven't seen yet because the movie
That would be
I think,
cool.
was just released.
That'd be cool if they gave us Lydia. That would be phenomenal.
That would be
Agreed.
beautiful. So it would be a
Yeah.
nice pair to have for sure. But so this is basically where you can get it. You can order from Comic Concepts. My code MOHC10, and you can save $10. I know it's not a lot, but hey, you can use my code multiple times. So if you do $100, you save
It adds
$100.
up.
So and he has payment plans as well, so you can select, whatever you feel like you want to do, right? For 12 months. And I think 330, 319 with my code, I think it's doable.
That's
I think
that's solid.
I think it's
That's
doable.
that's a great code. Like if you order 10 figures in a year, you've saved $100.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a really good
yeah.
code.
yeah. That's unlimited. I'm gonna see if I can increase that code too. So I'm working on it. Hopefully one day, I'll get that. So yeah, that's pretty much for the Beetlejuice figure, which I think is a consensus here that you guys like the concept, like the figure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I think this is a winner. So you can pre-order now. Is available with my friend Josh from Comic Concepts. Now let's move on to the next topic of the day, and I don't know if I want to talk about this first or maybe later. Maybe we can talk about now. So let's talk about the Just in Catwoman progress. So I've been looking at beautiful, and I have to emphasize this, beautiful head sculpts that
Yeah.
I've seen so far from Just Ink, and I can freaking wait to pre-order this thing. So I'm just gonna I message him. I'm waiting for pre-ordering this thing. So hopefully it will be up soon. But so far, and I'm gonna start with Chuck. So good. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
one, we don't have a
it's-
body yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen the body yet. But I've got faith in them with this. The progress that they've made on the head sculpt and the way that they're showing it, they're putting it out there, they're asking for feedback. They're listening to feedback. People have said some things and pointed out some things, and they've listened and they've corrected and they've made changes. We've never really kind of experienced any kind of interaction like this with a 1/6 figure before that I can think of from a company. And I messaged them, and this is going to be instant pre-order. The second that this can be pre-ordered, I'm pre-ordering this. I want this for my wife so bad. This is her girl. She loves Catwoman, everything Catwoman. She's all about it. So this is phenomenal. I love the quality of the sculpts, the different sculpts. They showed us some of the boot, and but they're being very honest with us. Like they said that they did not like the way that the bustier was looking, and they're redoing it. And the pictures that they have put up with the rooted hair, those are just unbelievable. I mean, they're just phenomenal. I'm blown away by the quality that they've pulled off here and the likeness that they've pulled off.
It's
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, that's Catwoman. I mean, when I was a kid, it was Eartha Kitt, and in the old Batman and Robin TV shows, and Eartha Kitt was a great Catwoman, and she made Catwoman. But to me, Michelle Pfeiffer is the quintessential Catwoman. I think she played that role better than anybody. So to have this in a 1/6, yeah, this is an instant. And I'm going to order the DX that's got the 2 figures and all the sculpts and everything. I'm going all out.
Same. I'm going all out. And I want to say hi to my boy, James C. in the house, VIP member of the channel. Good morning, boys. How you doing, puppy? Welcome to the stream. We had fun last week with James's, by the way. It was awesome stream last week.
Good morning, James.
It was awesome. Hopefully we will have James back again with us. Very, very nice stream we got. Chris Santos in the house. What's up, Dante? Great panel tonight. How you doing, sir? Thank you so much for stopping by. Ash says, I want more Deadpool 3 figures. Yes, and actually, we probably should expect Nicepool to be announced at one point. I think I shared this either last week or the week before for some of the information that I got. So they're working on Blade. They're working on Gambit. There's no word about X-23 yet, so we don't know. And what was the other one that he was telling me as well? I'm missing something. Am I missing something?
It was Blade, Gambit, and
Wolverine or another Wolverine.
no.
Yes, he mentioned about like a limited edition figure. Like I'm guessing is another battle damage Deadpool maybe. I don't know.
Didn't they say they were not going to do Elektra?
They
didn't say they
didn't
weren't
know.
going to do it, but nothing on Elektra, nothing on X-32 yet.
Yeah, they didn't know. They didn't say. At least he didn't share. I mean, probably it's in the works, but he said that the Gambit one, they're working on the license of the likeness. So it is in the plan to make Gambit, but they're working on the likeness with the actor. That's what he told me. So
Makes sense.
and it makes sense. It will make sense. So I'm telling you, dude, this dude is freaking. It's been on point, man. He told me about freaking Chewie before it was even like a thing. Deadpool, which I mean, Deadpool is kind of like, okay, we know it's gonna be another Deadpool, but shit like that. So it's gonna be crazy. Fat Gadget says the paint job by the artist Viola with Troca is awesome. I'm also getting the deluxe pack. I want them all.
Yeah,
Give it
all
to
of
me now.
Well, even the stand, the Hell Here stand that they've been posting the pictures of, the stand is phenomenal. I love it.
Yeah, it's this is, I mean, like the likeness, they've really captured it here. This stands to be possibly amazing, and I still have the same concerns I talked about several weeks ago, right? Where it's not so much that it's one of their first figures; it would be their second, I think, figure. It's like, hey, you've got to match. I want them to be successful, not only producing a great product, but also producing a product that would rival Hot Toys, so that somebody like Hot Toys can't blow them out of the water within 2 weeks or 3 weeks by releasing a prototype, by announcing a prototype, right? For PO. So like some of the concerns here is like you're getting like 3 or 6 different head sculpts based on what you get, but like maybe we should just get 2 and just rolling eyeballs. I prefer the multiple head sculpts. Don't get me wrong, who doesn't? But hopefully they can keep the paint job consistent, because that's what I'm really concerned about. The thing, and I spent the day defending Jazz Inc., right? And I'll get back to that. But for now, the one thing that I've always pointed out about Jazz Inc. is, their paint apps, at least on their vehicles, not so great. And I understand why on their vehicles, right? This is a different thing. But to my point, can they get the paint apps right? Can it look like this? Whether it's paint apps or the actual body, right? Like, what is the final production actually going to look like? If they hit a home run, awesome, right? But right now, we're all kind of excited about this. This is good progress. But until we see some kind of production, right? Hot Toys shows you something, and you're like, yeah, they're probably going to nail it, right? How many figures have they done? But with Yoast, it's like it's a second one. So let's see where it goes.
Right.
I would agree with that. This is going to be my first Jazz Inc. product that I've ever gotten. I've never had room for any of the vehicles. I've always dreamed about having the vehicles, the Falcon cockpit. I mean, there's things that I've always wanted, but I've just never had the room. And I've always said that the day is going to come where, you're not going to have, I'm not going to tell you I sold my company, but there will be clues. And this is going to be the first one I've ever had. I agree with Desi 100% on this. I do want to see where they're going to go with it. I agree with you. I don't know what their first figure was. I thought this was their first. So they did do a 1/6 before this?
Technically, it was the Vulture.
Okay.
So it didn't have a face sculpt, right? Like it had the Michael Keaton with the mask on.
Gotcha.
So it was a figure. It did have like a leather,
Oh, that's right.
Mixed media,
Vulture
right?
was
So
the first one,
Yeah, they did do Vulture.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Vulture was
I agree with
helmet.
you.
It wasn't a head sculpt, so it was much easier to make, in my opinion.
If the final product's paint applications are this good, it's a home run.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. And like the Vulture had like the clothes and the I never had it, right? I never had that, but like just I'm not saying the tailoring is easier, it might be harder, I don't know, but it's just different than like skin tight, on a female. The body should be seamless so you don't see it, and then on top of that, whatever suit is on top of it has to be pretty tight, right? So it's they got to work it out. I'm not saying they can't do it. It's just like, okay, kind of all like crossing our fingers on this one because this looks amazing.
Yeah, and I honestly think that this is gonna be a home run. I just want to see more about the body, and I can understand that what they're showing now, the Hescope is kind of to engage the community, right? Oh shit, looks amazing. The paint application is awesome. The lighting is excellent. The rooted hair and all that. I understand that. I want to see the body too, because that's a compliment, right? If you have a beautiful Hescope but a terrible body, that kind of defeats the purpose, right? Because you can have a beautiful Hescope, but what else can you do with that? That's just a Hescope. The body's out of proportion or whatever. I'm very confident, to be honest with you, that he's gonna nail it, the whole thing, simply because it's a licensed product and it goes through an approval process. So, and I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the likeness of anything that he's done so far is like super awesome. I mean, Batmobiles, Millennium Falcon cockpits and shit like that is just top notch, right? So, yeah, I can wait for this to be on pre-order to be sure. I just hope that it comes soon, but I guess until they develop the bodies, which we're probably going to see more of the updates soon, we'll make a better decision, I guess, right? But now there was another thing that happened today, and I was actually talking with the boys backstage about this, I don't know, like this influencer bullshit that I want to call it, because it's it's funny. Like sometimes I want to laugh, but at the same time I want to, like, what, no matter what I say, they're not gonna care anyway, so fuck it. I'm not gonna say anything. But today I was more like, you know what, I need to say something, because it's kind of like enough is enough. I mean, you hear a lot of things, a lot of like rumors, a lot of like bullshit talks and stuff like that, and you want to kind of like say, you know what, it's not like that. So if you guys saw the social media today, somebody posted on their site that one YouTuber, which happened to be my friend Anthony, he's kind of pick and choosing what he wants to put on his review because he got the Batmobile damage. As far as I know, I followed you, so I followed Just Inc. for a while, and I've been very critical of Just Inc. with my Millennium Cockpit because that's the only piece I own. He's been kind of open and transparent with his progress and what he plans to do with this so-called influencers badge, which is not an influencer badge, it's a test run badge. What does that mean? So he puts together, after testing the dropping of the boxes and trying all possible scenarios in the warehouse, what could be possibly go wrong, to ship those to the first guinea pig customers who are paying in full for the fucking thing. So it's not like they getting it for free. So they're paying with their own money, shipping and handling, and the vehicle. So when they got the item shipped to them through the sea, through air, or whatever, that box went through the hell, dropping, you name it. It's a shipping thing, right? They drop the box, maybe leaking water, whatever. So the purpose was to make sure that when the box arrives to your house, it arrives, either the box is fucked up, but inside everything is in perfect condition, right? The foam protected the paint, there's no rub, there's no scuffs, there's nothing. It's perfect. The outside can be dirty, broken, whatever, but the inside is what is most important to me, right? So this post was put out there, right? Kind of like questioning the person's values, or the person's what's the word we use? Ethics, right? That they're kind of like waiting for. But he said it. Hey guys, I'm gonna do my review after getting my replacement, which you says I'm gonna send a replacement for free because you guys suffered getting the first batch with all these problems. So now in return, I'm gonna give you, a replacement for free. And I think it's an open, good choice. Personal opinion. Again, you can disagree with me, and it's fine. So I can basically call somebody and get my shit quick. I can pay for it and get it like in a week or so. I just personally decided not to do it. I wanted to get the figures. I wanted to get whatever same way you guys get it. Not like an influencer batch or whatever, just as a personal choice. I can do it if I want. And guess what? Even if I do that, if I do my review, it's going to be brutally honest. If that shit is broken, is fucked up, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to hide it. Because my reputation is more important than anything. It's more important than any Hot Toys, any vehicle, anything. I'm not going to leverage my reputation for anything. So that's what I wanted to say, right? I know Desi has some comments on this because I know he was very vocal as well. So I want to hear you, and then we hear Chuck.
Yeah, so thank you. I kind of went off on a rant, which I normally don't do. I normally don't post in the Facebook groups a lot, right? But today I kind of went off on a rant because this really gets me, because because it doesn't compute in my mind. And what I'm referring to is the whole hate on influencers. Because across every consumer product segment and industry, brands and manufacturers get their products and they send it out to reviewers, both professional media, professional YouTubers, non-professional YouTubers, right? They send it out most of the times for free. Either you keep it or you return it, but they send it out for free. And they send it out before it's available to the public. This is perfectly fine across many, many segments. But when they do it in the 6-scale world, it's frowned upon. And yet, when they do it in the 6-scale world, no one is getting it for free. All the influencers are paying full price, and they're only getting it first, in this case, because they're part of essentially what is the QA team to make the product better. So what is all this hate? And it didn't start with Jazz Inc. It started, I remember, with InArt, right? I know we can say InArt has a significant batch issue problem, and yes, in that case, influencers got it first, but that's normal. That is a form of advertisements that companies do. I'm going to send it out to the people that have the most eyes and the most viewers to get the word of my product out. It's called advertisement. And form of advertisement that could bite them in the ass if the reviewer or the influencer, whatever you call them, gives it a bad review. It's always happening. And I know there's some people say, well, they'll never give it a bad review. It's like, perhaps, right? That is the viewer's responsibility, right? To essentially read between the lines and look at these different influencers in every industry, and look at the different reviewers and influencers, and look at their videos and say, okay, this guy is saying, I like this guy. This guy has a good reputation. He seems honest, right? Versus like, this guy is clearly bullshitting. Like, the product sucks, right? It's up to you to have that opinion, right? So, I mean, I just don't get the hate. It's just part of the world. Like, that's what influencers do. That's why the word exists.
And no one gets a gun in their head, say, hey, you need to buy this because I'm telling you to buy this thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all grown-ups, and I think we need to stop that kind of like influencer thing. And again, I'm not speaking for myself because I don't get shit like that, right? Even though I can, but I don't, right? I don't want. So that's personal choice, personal preference, right? From time to time, I might. And if I do, I'll tell you guys, hey, I got this shit for free, and this is my honest review. I like it. I don't like it. It's beautiful. It's not beautiful. The thing is that you said it perfectly, right? If you go to YouTube and see let's say you want to buy an iPhone, for example, right? You're going to go see this dude that is very famous, right? That, does all reviews about iPhones. So he got that shit like day -5. Like, he's like the first in the world of getting that iPhone, right? So why is no hate on that? You know what I mean? But why is hate when you get a figure to review before anybody? And listen, I should be the one fucking talking trash about them because technically those are my competition, right? But I don't. Why? Because, I mean, YouTube is a huge world, number one. And number two, if they got it, good for them. Good for them. I want to see that. I want to see because, if they got something destroyed, something broken, I want them to show that, right? But in regards to this Batmobile, before I go to Chuck, and thank you, Chuck, for waiting. If the Batmobile was broken, damaged, or whatever, and the person who's doing the review is waiting to get the replacement so they can show you both, and you can see the trash and the good at the same time, why hating on that person? The person is being honest. It will be, for me, my personal point of view is like, if you know that you got something broken and you decide not to say a word about it, wait for the replacement to come and say, hey guys, This is the Batmobile, perfect condition, no issues, perfect painting, perfect. Then we can probably kind of question the values of that person. But if the person is being brutally honest, say, "Hey guys, I got this that like this. I'm waiting for get my replacement." What is wrong with that? I mean, come on, we need to kind of grow up a little bit. Chuck.
So I got a few different opinions on this. One, I agree with James. I agree with James 100% with the comment that he said. I think that what happened with Justin, and I'm not even going to say the name of that company, I think that that has left a bad taste in some people's mouths, whether right or wrong. I think that's the reality of it. And I do agree with James on that 100%. But this is the world we live in now. When it's kind of like Desi said, if I turn on Snazzy Labs and he's reviewing an iPhone 16 and Apple has sent it to him for free, he will say that in the video, but he'll call it out. But if there's problems, that's just where we are now. And I think the biggest thing about this is that none of these people are getting this stuff for free that I know of. You know, he paid for that Batmobile. It came damaged. He said, I'm not going to review it until I get the replacement, or at least parts of the review. Why has everybody got to have a freaking opinion about it? Just take it for what it is. At least he's being honest and telling everybody that it had problems and that it wasn't, like you said, Dante, it wasn't, oh, it's flawless, it's perfect, you got to buy one. No, I mean, he said there's issues. Nothing that we ever get is perfect. Very rarely is it completely perfect. I just got the Mark 80, the new Mark 80 Iron Man from Disney. And sorry, they thought I was giving them up. I got the Mark 80 from Disney, and it arrived broken. It was perfectly packaged from Hot Toys in the foam packaging. Everything was perfect, and one of the flaps on the chest was broken off. It happens. It's part of it.
Yeah.
But I think in some ways, though, I think in some ways it goes back to what I said last week after we ended the stream and we were just kind of talking and hanging out, is why is there this, I don't know what the word to use for it, especially on the Facebook groups, where there's this conflict between collectors. We are all people who exist inside this vacuum of this hobby that is not cheap. It doesn't matter if it's Funko Pops or if it's Hot Toys or if it's Prime One. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not cheap. And yet some of the people just have this animosity to each other. Why do you only collect Iron Man? I mean, I get that all the time. Why don't you have other stuff? Why has it got to be Iron Man? Oh God, another Iron Man. Who gives a shit? It makes me happy. It makes me happy. Why do we have to have this animosity towards one another? Why does somebody always have to have something to say? My wife, and I told you this before we started, my wife said it's because the internet and social media has convinced everyone that their opinion means something. And it doesn't. Your opinion is your opinion. You know, they say opinions are like assholes. We all got one. Exactly. And it's disappointing when you have someone being completely honest and upfront about something and getting shit for it unnecessarily. And I missed this week. I've been working nonstop this week. I missed this. I would have loved to have found it and seen it, and I agree with Desi. I mean, I think that it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. So was it another YouTuber that was complaining in the forums, or was it just a collector complaining about it?
It was just a collector, but the you know, you guys pretty much nailed the points. So exactly, what's the point? Number one, and number two. I mean, why making a big deal of something that is really not
anything?
That is anything. I mean, actually, be thankful, because now the people who pre-order this figure, because you said it on his video on his Facebook group, that it's going to be delayed 2-3 weeks to address those issues. So I think in the long run, it kind of favors the consumer, because I understand you're paying $2,000 for something, shipping included, maybe a bit more, right? You want to get something in perfect condition. I get that 100%. But now think about this quote unquote that you're saying influencers who got this for the the first batch or whatever, and they got shit damage. Like they have to go through the whole hassle of contacting users, waiting for the replacement part, delaying the review. You know what I mean? So it's an inconvenience as well. So like people need to think about it, and I'm kind of sick and tired of this conspiracy shit, of this influencing batch, and oh, you got this first, why you got this first? Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, if you got it first, good, congratulations, I'm happy for you. Like,
I mean,
why is, I should be the one probably like bitching about trashing all these other, YouTubers say, oh, because they got it first and I didn't. I should be the one, but I never do, because you know why? Why should I?
Yeah.
What's the point? Exactly what you said. What's the point? Good for them. I can easily, I can easily pick up the phone and ask people and I get shit, but I don't want to do that.
I mean, I can say this. If the biggest problem that you've got in your life is that you're going to find the time and the effort and the energy to be upset that a YouTube reviewer has gotten something in first batch and is gotten access to it, or whatever the situation, if that's your biggest problem in life, brother, you got a good life. I mean, you talk about first world problems. That's like the ultimate first world problems to me. We've got one of our statues that my wife has. It's a Mad Moxie statue. And maybe if they would have sent some batches out like this to reviewers and to influencers, they wouldn't have had the problem, but they didn't. They sent them out. All of them are broken on arrival, shattered. They recalled the entire statue line. They quit selling them. They were pulled off of shelves and all of them were destroyed. So now it's a really rare statue, but they were all broken. Every single one of them was broken. So maybe we should say thank you to these people for putting up their money, number one, getting the thing first and saying, hey, this is what's broken. This is where you got a QC issue, and getting it remedied. Maybe we should be saying thank you instead of bitching about it.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
I mean, we cannot please anybody. If you do something right, somebody's gonna view it as wrong. If you do something wrong, somebody's gonna see it as right. So I mean, I learned something in this YouTube career, business, whatever you want to call it, that you cannot please anybody, basically, right? It's always going to be people who are going to be like talking shit about it. And I mean, Beskar Kid, for example, he's a very good example. I mean, not in the bad way, of course, in a good way. So he gets a bunch of Star Wars like day one, right? And he's freaking amazing. He's awesome. I mean, he does beautiful reviews, TikTok, YouTube, and all that. And I should be the one kind of like blocking him and kind of say, oh, you need to be out of my, because you're kind of my competition of getting reviews first. I don't do that. Why? Because I don't need to. I'm happy. Why I'm going to be like jealous and, he grows his way, I'll grow my way, period. I mean, we have to be grateful that we have people like Beskar Kid, people like, what's his name? Will, people like, Brother Cousins, Anthony, and other YouTubers that do reviews to show people, So it is good, and we have the Novi here as well. There's more to this story than just getting the bad movie first. It's about holding back and omitting information in a review that could be beneficial by our audience. But you see, I kind of disagree with that, the Novi, because, I'm going to talk strictly to Anthony. I don't know about other people who got their Batmobile first. I'm just going to talk about specifically Anthony because I saw his post and people were questioning him. He said what he got wrong. He said what he got wrong. So he didn't hide anything really. And
he listed
obviously,
it, right?
And right now, we probably can judge him or maybe give our opinion after he put the review. If it's a review, he hides stuff, and despite he said it first, then you can make your mind and make your own decision or whatever. But he said it up front, so I don't see what the problem is, And I think this is getting too much, in my opinion. It's getting too deep, too crazy, too much nonsense.
It's because I agree with the Domi statement that, like, how can anybody disagree with that? However, that's what my point is. That's apparently not what's happening here.
Exactly.
Before Anthony got it, like, it was, I understand not everyone may have heard, but it was pretty much out there in the community that this was a test batch. Like, to certain people, the people who volunteered and who paid for it, right? They were going to get it first to just see how it goes. There could be transit issues. There could be other issues, right? Anthony was one of these people. He got it. He put out the correct information, and as in, like, this is the product I received. This is what went wrong. Maybe during transit, maybe not. And after that, then Yoast made a video today on Facebook saying, again, reminder, this was first batch. They all paid for it. It was to identify issues, which we have now identified from a QA standpoint, from a transit standpoint, right? And we're going to make those corrections before we send out the other batch, which was always the plan that was communicated and transparent, right? So it doesn't, unless I am missing something, because Facebook is large and Instagram is large, right? Unless I'm missing something, I don't think anyone's hidden anything in this particular case.
Right. Again, I'm talking about his case only. I don't know about the others, because honestly, I didn't follow or I didn't see. Just talking specifically what happened, because I mean, I'm part of his group, so I can see what he posts, right? So, and I kind of felt like, this is not fair. I mean, he's been honest about it. He's saying what he got, the issue that he received, and then who's taking care of it. So, in my view, he's been honest. He can wait fucking 5 years to put his review he likes. It's his channel, his review. He's saying what's wrong. Now he's gonna show it. And if he doesn't, or if you don't agree, then you can say about it. You can be vocal about it. Now, Fat Guy just says, what is that test piece? A sample, or the final product? I think that matters to some collectors, and it wasn't made clear. So the way I understand this is that he said when he was about to start sending the test run, not necessarily the test run of the actual. Again, I can be wrong. I'm just kind of like what I think. Not the test run in terms of the quality of the product itself, but more of the packaging and the protection of it, right? Because you can have a masterpiece right now, you put it in a freaking bubble wrap, and you ship it overseas from Netherlands to New York. Good luck if you're gonna get one piece of it, right? So that's what I mean. He's putting the product in a packaging and make sure that it arrives to your house in a safe way. And if it doesn't, then he needs to know what's the flaw, what's the issue, what is causing this, driving the paint application, or breaking some of the accessories or something, right? It's something that you cannot really test, in your, I mean, I cannot test how a plane is going to have a box, how the person is going to drop it. I mean, you drop it the best you can, but hey, you piled up these boxes on top of other boxes. Accidents can happen, can go through, it's many things that possibly can happen. So that's why they need to make sure that they need to get it right? That's why to my knowledge, he's not shipping the final product to consumers yet, because they want to make sure that whoever got this test run, per se, it arrives in a safe manner. That's all.
Yeah. That's why there is official like ISTA transit testing, which is, I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing based on how Yoast is doing based on what he said. But to also what Denobi is saying, that it wasn't advertised as a test batch, it was. Like, I remember it maybe not enough, wasn't advertised enough, but I remember like 2 weeks ago in the Facebook groups before we shipped out, they specifically said in the Facebook group, by they I mean Yoast, they said this first batch, and maybe that's where the confusion lies, right? The term first batch and not test batch, to your point. But this first batch was specifically going out to volunteers who are volunteering to receive this first batch, just to make sure everything is okay during the shipping process. Like, that was discussed in the Jazzing Facebook group. And perhaps, to your point, like, maybe because it was only, at least I only saw it in the Jazzing Facebook group, maybe that wasn't advertised enough, and that's where the confusion comes from. But I do remember that being discussed several weeks ago, before it shipped.
Right. So, and I heard that too. So,
yeah.
And again, I honestly shouldn't be the one talking about this, because technically I'm an influencer, whatever you want to call it or not, right? But I just kind of feel like it's kind of fair to speak up. Go, Chuck.
What is Yoast's native language? Is it English?
English, yeah, he speaks English.
He's English. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's from the Netherlands, but he speaks
I
perfect
thought,
English.
but his native tongue is Norwegian, correct?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I thought his native tongue was Norwegian.
I don't-
Denobi said semantics. His comment. I don't know if you saw it. He said semantics. Wow. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's semantics. This isn't. This isn't semantics. That's not what Desi's saying. And I'm not jumping in here, Desi. If you want to say this, you can say it. But it's not a matter of semantics. It's a matter of, to me, when they said in the group, like you said, that this first batch is going to be a test batch that went to these people, but he still paid for it.
Right.
It wasn't a thing that was exchanged for free to him. So where's the? I don't get it. I mean, this is a lot to do about nothing to me. I just don't get it.
Yeah. And again, no matter what we say, I mean, still people are gonna be.
Everybody's
happy.
gonna have
and
their
it's fine.
opinion.
And it's fine. And it's fine. And trust me. At the end of the night, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. So it's.
And I'd still buy one of these if I had the money in the room.
Exactly. So that's
Know what
why
I mean?
But sometimes it's good to talk about this because sometimes we've been quiet for a long time and we really don't like to talk about these things as much. Not because we don't want to, it's because it doesn't matter. They don't care about our opinions anyway. And if they do, perfect. If they don't care, perfect too. We don't really care either. But sometimes enough is enough when they just start putting people like on the spot for no reason when it's really unfair. And talking about Beetlejuice, we have the fourth member.
Jesus,
of the
Beetlejuice,
Oh
and
my
you
God.
put me in.
And he's here.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
It's
How you
true,
doing,
it's
Joe?
true. Everything's good. How about you, Desi?
Good, man. Good to see you.
So, BIGBREDA, I want to introduce you my friend Chuck.
Chuck, how are you? Nice to
I'm
meet
doing
you.
well. It is nice to meet you. It is nice to meet you.
Yeah, somebody was late, I guess, finding for parking.
No. We got a typhoon warning here since last night, so the traffic is all messed up. But really sorry for
No
being
worries.
late.
No worries.
I
just have a.
What are you talking about?
We talk about the Batmobile, but first I
Jesus,
want you.
again.
But the first thing I want you to explain this. What the fuck is this?
Whoa.
Okay, so
we need to
so
put a
let me-
rating up.
let me explain this. Because these if taken out of context, anyone should think that I'm doing some stupid stuff.
It's not what it looks
If you
like.
if you watched the live stream yesterday, you would see that at that time the chat was really fired up. Everyone was, the mood was not, the environment was really not good on my live stream, because there was a really not a good ambient, and I had to somehow do something to divert the attention and to block everything. So I just thought, what can I do? Let me check the size of the Batmobile. I turned off my camera, I took out the Batmobile, and I did this, and just for everyone to have a laugh, and then to divert the attention to other stuff, because there was some tense moments yesterday on a live stream because of these Batmobile, the beta testers, the reviewers, it's a lot of drama about this.
Wow. I all this explanation, like,
and just to be clear, I'm just trying to show the size of the Batmobile. I was just asking, isn't this big enough?
you make it a comparison, I guess.
Exactly.
Who has the bigger? So anyway, BIGBREDA, nice to see you, man. It's been a freaking months since we got you here. Happy to see
true.
you as always.
I love to be back here, because it's like when you are studying overseas and then you back home, you always feel good.
Exactly. And
You always feel good.
And we got some conflict of schedules because you've been doing a lot of streams lately as well, and I changed my time, so it's been kind of hard. But I never forget my friends, so I always try to reach out so they don't feel like I'm ignoring them or
Thank you so
anything.
much.
So I'm glad that you're here, my friend. But since you're here, I want to hear your thoughts on this Batmobile, quote unquote, controversy that has been around. It's something that my friend Anthony and shout out to him, by the way, that he put saying, hey, I got this damage, I'm waiting for the review because I'm waiting for the replacement, and then he got pretty much destroyed for that, which to my eyes is kind of like unfair because he was open about it. He didn't lie about it, right? Now people are gonna watch his review more than ever because they want to see, okay, how you got the vehicle in the first place, and show us how you got the replacement, right? So it's more pressure for him, really, if you think about it. So what are your thoughts on that?
It is. I think this was all a misunderstanding between the message that Yoast was trying to pass and what we as collectors understood. Because I have my part of guilt. I wasn't paying attention to all the streams that Yoast was on, but it was brought to my attention this morning that he did mention in Leia live stream and on Shane live stream that he would send some units as a test units. I would call it the beta units for him to check if those units would have any problem with packing, any problem with painting, and then he could get feedback from there and improve for the normal shipments. The thing is, what got some people confused is that because these units are sent to friends of us, YouTubers, right? We consider these as review samples, or not review samples, like review units, and they are not units. What I'm understanding now is that these are not units that were supposed to be shown as ones and reviewed. These
Correct.
were units for you to test, to check the quality, and then to give feedback to Yoast. So what I think is that he should from the beginning set some kind of ground rule, like, guys, please don't share photos when you receive stuff. Let's first brainstorm and check if all of you got the Batmobiles in good condition. Where are the scuffs? Is the packaging? Is the paint application? Is what we have? What can we work here? And then we go from there. But we start seeing reviews. We start to, our minds start to go to the in-art influencer batch, and then we start to think, oh, maybe this is the influencer batch, and now the people start to saying, oh, they are hiding some issues, they are doing this, and brother, cousins, Anthony, everyone is in a position now because they paid for their Batmobile to be testers, and now they are being judged by something that I don't think they are on fault. So it's a difficult position to be in, but I think it was all a misunderstanding in my
you see, I'm kind of like agree and disagree on what you said on the part of getting something on way to kind of reveal the photos. I think and this is another thing that that is kind of leaning towards their favor, right? So they're paying for this, they get it, right? Whatever they got, they show, right? Obviously, if you're a YouTuber, you have a channel, you have some sort of influencing, power, right? You want to get that first so you can get it out the door and you can share it with your people, you can get the views, you can get the normal stuff that we know happens in every social media, every content creator who's seeking some sort of engagement and things like that. So that being said, they have then the right to show whatever they got. If they got something broken, they have to say it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're not gonna hide something that is damaged just.
But what I said yesterday was that what I said on my stream was that, for example, let's say Anthony and everyone that got the Batmobile, right? This one that they got now, they should do a video on these and showing the issues that the car have, right? And then when they got the replacement, because they will get the replacement, they would show the replacement they got. But more important than that should be that Yoast on his group should do something like a changelog. Like, our beta test units were sent, we found these problems. These like a checklist. We found these problems, and these are the problems we are going to we need to solve now during production during QC, during whatever, just to keep the people informed. Do you
He
understand?
did today. Not
There you go.
informally.
There you go.
Informally,
Okay, I
right?
didn't
Like it
check
was.
yet.
Yeah, no, it was informally. It was like it wasn't like an actual checklist, but he did go through it. Like, hey, he's got some rub. Like I think Joao, you're right, right? Like, but going back to the whole like, hey, maybe we should have told the people it was going to that you can't review it. I don't think that was the case. I think the intention was it is for QA, it is for everything, but it's not just for QA, because if it was just for QA, I wouldn't specifically send it out to reviewers as well. It was for QA, and by the way, if you get it and it's fine, go ahead and review it. We need the advertisement, which was my whole point that I started off with earlier, right? Which is like, why the hate for influencers? This is what influencers do in every product segment.
Exactly.
Even cars, like real one-to-one cars, like Matt Farah over at the Smoking Tire. Like he said sometimes that he's gotten a bad car, and in respect to the manufacturer, it says, look, I can't review this car because I'm just going to trash it. And he'll say it publicly, and he'll also say to the manufacturer. And other times he gets a car where it's kind of like pre-production, and he'll review it anyways. And then later, like to your point, Joel, he'll get the regular one and he'll follow it up, right? So it happens in every segment. It's fine in every segment, but when it's done in the 6-scale world or in the toy world, it's frowned upon. Exactly. And like no one's ever heard it, even though we're all watch YouTube for other hobbies too. Like, but with 6-scale, whoa, you know, it's so weird to me.
You know, to me, they're being, they're saying what they have, the issue they had, they saying it. It's not like they hiding it. You know, now, whether he can wait until he gets the new or not, that's his choice. And I respect that too. You know, he's not obligated to make the video right away. You know, he can wait until he gets replacement and do the video for both. Perfectly fine. You see, maybe I'm too innocent, or maybe too nice, that I don't really see the problem. To me, the problem will be that if you get something damaged, you don't say shit about it. Then you get a replacement in a perfect condition, and you say, hey, this is beautiful. Everything is perfect. Then we can probably and we find out that you got something broken or whatever, then that's kind of like, oh shit. You know.
Well, and isn't this thing hard sold out?
Yeah, it is sold out.
So how is it going to influence anybody's purchase?
No, it's even if it's sold out, no matter what it is, that same thing was happening with InArt, right? Like, oh, but it's already sold out. It doesn't matter. You want, that is advertisement in and of itself. First of all, it's never really sold out. There's a wait list. You can get it somewhere else. And the fact that it's sold out is advertisement in and of itself, that your product is sold out. Wait, you can't get this one, but you can get our next one, right? Like,
true.
You know, I'm very tempted to get this one just for the sake of reviewing it. OG Mando, what's up, papito? Thank you so much. Member of the channel. By the way, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe to all my friends' channels here. And if you are kind enough, support us even more by becoming a member of the channel. We're going to do another giveaway in 30 days for all members, like Silver, Platinum, VIP, and VIP. So stay tuned for that. And we have a goal for tonight to have at least 3 new members. So if you want to support us even more, please consider becoming a member and join our private VIP group chat WhatsApp group. So
is Stan the next one, or is the lightsaber the next one?
So the next one is going to be the Luke Skywalker lightsaber. And then the next one is going to be your Hot Toys figure. And then the next one that I'm thinking is probably going to be another Hot Toys. And then for my 200,000 subscribers, which I don't know when it's going to happen, hopefully next year at some point, or maybe at the end of the year, who knows? It's going to be the brand new Deadpool figure, the sealed. So yeah. And then, you know, obviously the more Platinum VIP members we got, the higher the price, of course, you know. So we're gonna you guys give me and I give you something back in return. So that's what we're gonna do, help each other out, right? All right, final thoughts on this, guys, so we can move on to the next topic.
I think we've said about it all. Yeah,
it's shiny.
Looks shiny, and mine is expected. I'm on the 3rd batch. I think I was passed to the 4th batch. So I think I will get mine in January, maybe December, if I'm lucky. So
same here.
I'm playing safe.
I'd love to have it. I just wish I had the room for it.
Me too. I have statues coming, and that's the reason why I didn't pre-order this one. But I'm kind of tempted now, just for the sake of creating conflict in the community.
It's a good. Hey, listen, it's a good conversation. We don't have to. We can
It
all
is.
disagree and still love each
Right.
other, right?
Exactly. You know, at the end of the day, you
We were
know,
love.
everyone have their opinion, right? Everyone is free to say whatever they want. If you agree with us, perfect. If you disagree with us, perfect. If you love us, perfect. If you hate us, perfect. At the end of the day, we are adults. You know, we know where we put in our money, whether it's a shady company or not. It's your responsibility because you're a grown up, you're an adult, so you should know, right? So just don't hate on others. Just let them be. Let them be happy. You know, if you want to question something that is really questionable, question it. But in this case, I think it's unfair to question Anthony's, and I know him, so that's why I wanted to say this because you know, this guy put a lot of work, you know, in
All
his
of them.
content,
Anthony,
and all of
brother,
them,
cousins,
all of them, all of
them,
you guys
know,
do
no, it's
exactly. It's a lot of work. It's doing videos is not an easy shit. You spend time, money in equipment, and the return of investment is shit. To be honest with you, right? Unless you have a good job, you're good. So you like my case. Thanks God, I don't really need YouTube to survive. I love what I do. That's why I do it every freaking Friday, and I do reviews. I get stuff because I like it. It's my hobby, you know. So just be grateful. You know, if there are bad apples in the community, they are. You know, and we know we have bad apples in the community. So speak up about it, and you know, then move on. You know, don't just spend all your life hating somebody. You know, that's pretty much all I want to say. All right, so let's move on to the next topic, guys, and let's talk about. Oh shit, not this one. Sorry. Let's talk about. Sorry, I saw this picture. I was cracking up. I'm like, what is he freaking doing? But he made his disclaimer. So we're gonna start with Chuck on this one. Battle Ryu from Street Fighter. I don't know if I mean I know you play games, but I don't know if this is something that is in your alley. But I want to hear your thoughts on the figure itself because I think it looks pretty cool.
So Street Fighter was, I mean, as a game, yes, played Street Fighter. It's not something I would collect, but I think it's a really cool figure. I love the detail. I love the paint application on it, the sculpt, the eyeballs. I mean, I think it's really cool. I've never even seen this line before. So this is something new for me, and I really like it. It's really kind of cool. Like I said, I don't think it's something that I would collect necessarily, but I think it's definitely got a place. I think there are people that are, you know, very interested in stuff like this. I would love to know, is it, I mean, it looks like a seamless body. When I first saw it, I thought it was a statue. And then I realized, wait a minute, this is a figure. So it's definitely intriguing from that standpoint. It's really cool. I like it. Do they do additional characters from the games in this line?
Oh yeah, they did.
they did.
Ryu,
The
Ken,
normal one.
Akuma,
Akuma is
They
on
did Akuma.
pre-order,
Chun-Li.
and they are doing Chun-Li too, but he's not yet on pre-order.
I like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's cool. I think there's some really good weathering on the pants, definitely, especially on the bottom by the ankles. Definitely not my normal thing, but I think it's definitely cool.
Yep. I like it. Desi, what are your thoughts on this?
This is awesome. Like it's got that great cartoon aesthetic, right? From or whatever video game aesthetic. But the body is really impressive. The fact that it's seamless. I hate seamed bodies. You know, that's just subjectively me, right? But this is very, very impressive. You know, I'm sorry, I'm not going to collect Street Fighter, right? I'm very familiar with it, but I'm not going to pick it up. But this is really cool to see. I think it looks great from what I see in these pictures.
Yeah, it does look great. I used to have Ryu, the clean version, but I sold it just because I didn't click with it, to be honest with you, and I didn't want to. I mean, I don't have much space, so I have to kind of like be very. I don't know if pick is the word, but selective of what I can get, you know. But this is actually pretty good. I like the Ryu, to be honest with you. I think the quality was perfect. Mr. Breda, what are your thoughts on this Ryu? I know you have the Ryu and Ken, I think.
No. Only the Ryu.
On the Ryu.
Yeah. I will not pay more for the same body. They are just using the same body over and over again.
So that is that what it is, Joe? Because I haven't
so.
seen the other ones, but I figured that Ryu's had the same. But is it the same body for all the other male characters too, or
Can it is for sure. Akuma, I'm not sure. Maybe it is, but it's fair because I think
yeah, Ken, right?
Iconics.
Yeah.
I think the investment on a body like this on a mold must be huge. What they paid for the mold for this body, so it's more than fair that they want to get their money back. But for this one, I'm honest with you. I even don't know. I played Street Fighter 5, but I don't remember these characters. So it's something that is not very, very close to me. I think looks cool. The body does have some difference. I think they changed the shadows, the tones on the body, the scar. It comes with rolling eyeballs, it's true, because Ryo didn't come with that. This one comes with rolling eyeballs, is it?
I don't think so.
Or did
No.
it? I thought it said that. Did it not?
Did it? Let me see.
None of the pictures so far look like. Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Seven
rolling
rolling
eyeballs.
eyeball.
So,
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
so this is a added bonus from the previous Ryo. Yeah, but it's cool. I think many people are excited about this. You know, many people are collecting this line from them.
It looks good though.
But Iconic has been a bit silent lately. Not as they were before. Their Elvis Presley is delayed a lot. The Jailhouse Rock should be out already some time ago. I don't know, but yeah, I want them to announce the Chun-Li. Chun-Li is the one I would want. I'm done.
That would be a good one.
No, I'm looking
She's easy
at
on the
the
eye.
body. I'm looking at the body, and yeah, I mean, this is the exact same body as the clean version of Ryu too.
Yeah.
Again, if you're a Street Fighter fan, this is a perfect time to be a collector because you can get the line. And when I got Ryu, I kind of knew that they're gonna do the whole thing, but then I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. I'm not. I mean, I love it, but you know, I just need to change because you know it's gonna be crazy to have all of them, and I know they're gonna do all of them at one point because they have everything they need to do it. They have the license, so that right there is your answer. But yeah, I think overall this one looks good. If you wanna get this one, pre-order this one, you can go through Comic Concepts and pre-order that one. Now I want to share because I have to kind of leave like in another 10 minutes. I want to share some.
But we can
really-
stay.
You can say I want to share some news, some inside news, and I've been kind of doing this every stream. I get some information, so I mean, whoever is my insider information, you know who you are. Obviously I cannot say the name because you know it's gonna be a
Name the
paralen.
name.
Could be a paralen. But anyway, so we're going to start with some Hono news. So I got the word that Hono is working on, or I guess we know this already, that they're working on all the classic line of Marvel. And they did with the Wolverines, right? Thor. The next one, they're working on the Captain America one. So we should expect to see that one announced at one point. Also, I had a word that they're working on the classic Hulk, and this one I'm kind of interested to see. And a hint could be that classic Iron Man that they announced last week, that it was like a seamless body, right? Some rubber material. So they have some sort of starting point with that. So I was told that this is another one that is in the works. Again, don't know when exactly it will be officially dropped, but it is in the works. And then they also told me about this Red Hulk thing. If they're gonna do the Green Hulk, I think they're gonna do the Red Hulk. just you know, that's what I was told. I don't know if it's something in the near future or maybe sometime next year. I don't know, but that's kind of like I was told. Let me see which one is the next one. Okay, so now the next one is not necessarily what they're working on, but more like a potential release. And this one, the Artisan Anakin, and I think I mentioned this before. So this batch is kind of ready. Same with the Joker, and one of those two is gonna be probably released very soon, right? My gut feeling is that we're probably gonna see this one the next couple weeks. Again, they told me that it's already done deal. It's just kind of waiting for the schedule to be released. The next one is the announcement of Jar Jar Binks. This one again, we saw this in this event that they had in Shanghai, I think it was. This one is the next one to be announced. Similar to what happened with Chewie, we should expect to this one to be dropped in the next month or so, maybe before that. But then I didn't put the picture on this one, but I was told, and this kind of take it with a grain of salt because I was like, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. But I was told that there is a potential that we're gonna see Jabba the Hutt from Hot Toys.
Oh, Hot Toys.
Oh no, that's
Hot
interesting.
Toys. Yes. But again, just take it with a grain of salt. That's what I was told. I don't know. But they told me that they're not done with the Return of the Jedi stuff. So we should expect more figures to be dropped at one point. Announcements, right? This one, they told me that it's very soon to happen. They already updated the Hescope. That's what they told me. So I don't think this is gonna be the last Hescope that we're gonna see. Maybe it's gonna be some improvement somewhere. Fuck. So I don't know what's coming back to that one. So we should expect this one to drop very soon as well. I was told as soon as like next week.
I want that one so
I
bad.
hope I can wait for this one. I can wait for this one. But again,
And that's the
Hot
OG
Toys,
sculpt. That's the OG sculpt, right, Dante?
it is. This is the old
Yeah.
sculpt, Hesculpt. So they told me that they already finished with the Hesculpt. So I guess they're just gonna do the announcement at one point. So that's coming soon. The next one is Bane. This one is to be released actually. So we should expect this one to happen soon as well. I'm not sure how soon, but they are kind of getting ready to ship this baby. what else I had?
Soon.
And then we got this one.
Jesus again, these.
Yeah, soon. But soon, I don't know. Soon could be next week. It could be in a couple weeks. You know how Hot Toys is.
Have you heard?
Hilarious.
If I can ask, have you heard anything about the Star Lord and Moff Gideon? Did you heard anything?
The Star Lord I heard, and I think I shared this a couple streams ago, that this is ready as well, and I guess it's in the next schedule to be released. I don't know exactly when, but obviously Hot Toys already shared the picture, I believe, the backstage picture that they normally share, and I think this one wasn't one of them, I believe, right? Or not? I don't remember. But yeah, we're gonna get hit hard. Like Q4, it's gonna be a very interesting quarter that we're gonna get a lot of shit. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for sure, and we're gonna need a lot of money for sure. So
Yeah, they're definitely breaking the bank.
breaking the bank, and I heard. Let me see what else he told me. Let's see what else he told me, because he tells me like really good stuff. Obviously I cannot say his name, and he shared something with me that I was like, fuck. But he told me not to share it, so I'm not gonna share it. It's not Hot Toys related. It's some other things. But it was nuts. It was nuts. I think I mentioned this before. They're gonna do the Alien Romulus as well.
I didn't know that. Thank you. I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, I think I said it.
I'm
was
super
last
excited
week?
about that.
That one
Yeah.
I can wait. Yeah, and also he mentioned RoboCop. They're gonna revisit the RoboCop line as
Oh.
well.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Robocop.
And going to the Terminator one, he also, and I think I mentioned this a while ago, maybe 2 streams ago, that they're actually gonna revisit the T-1000 and the endoskeleton as well.
No word on Jack Nicholson Joker, anything like that. You never heard.
I haven't heard, but
Are they-
I can ask.
Ooh, that would be.
I
an
don't want them.
interesting
I don't want them to make it.
I
Yeah.
want them to make it.
I don't want them to make it. It was my first Hot Toys, and I don't want anyone more to have it.
Yes.
You mean this one?
Exactly.
It's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. I'm glad I got that one.
Yeah, just got it for my wife, so I'm
Amazing.
I got that one and the tuxedo one for her. Both of them.
The Mime Joker, is it?
Yeah, the one in the tuxedo.
The DX14.
Yeah.
I have that one too. For me, it's a beautiful piece. I would say that the head sculpt is on par with the other one, if not even better. But it's a figure that is very, very underrated. It's very few people talk about that figure. Comes with the stairs diorama, comes with the background of the Gotham background. That figure is beautiful. Beautiful figure.
The little pin, the tiny pin. Yeah, it's such a great figure. Both of those are, and especially the thing that's so impressive about them is how good the tailoring is on them.
Exactly.
To be as old as they really are, it's phenomenal that Hot Toys was making them that well then.
I don't know which condition you got yours, but that Mime Joker it's very normal for his white shirt to yellow. My white shirt was yellowed already, and my wife had to do some trickery for me and clean it.
It was new in the box when we got it, so we got lucky. Yeah.
No, so that's amazing.
Let me read this comment real quick from Iron Star Killer, member of the channel. Thank you, my friend. I think you were one of the gifted ones. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you are, please consider staying with us. We need you guys. You guys are the best. So the Simpsons bodies typically have metal or plastic understructures. So typically they have metal understructures. Typically, I will say probably 99% of the time, to be honest with you, because the body itself, the rubber of the body is really heavy, so you need some support inside. So yeah, usually it's metal. Best Kid says, I want Hot Toys to hit me hard as they can't. Ooh,
actually talking about this, you never heard anything about the N1 Starfighter?
No, I haven't heard anything. I heard about the ATRT. Is that the one that was supposed to be released like 2 years ago? From
the ATRT is on pre-order.
Yeah, that one is releasing soon.
I'm talking about the N1 Starfighter. If they would
the Batmobile, the Patterson Batmobile. Yeah,
that was Vulture. Where is Vulture?
No,
I never heard about it. Jesus, that Vulture is already a meme.
So it's gonna be a lot of shit, to be sure. So I think we have 2 more topics, but I really have to go, guys. I have something to do. My wife is texting me already. I want to say thank you. Thank you guys for stopping by. It's been an amazing show. I only have a couple stuff left, which we can talk about it next week. I mean, this is Prime 1 Billy the Butcher statue. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to all my friends' channel, become a member of the channel. Please consider doing that. We're gonna be running another giveaway very soon, so stay tuned for details. Breda, it was nice to see you, my friend. Is there anything you want to share about your channel, my friend?
No.
Nothing. You have nothing? No reviews, nothing?
I'm not reviewing much stuff as of now because I'm literally broke with so many invoices I pay for Hot Toys. I don't have money for third parties. Buying third parties to review, it's not easy, let me tell you, because most of them I will not keep them, and then I accumulate a bunch of third parties at home. So I don't know, sometimes, for example, let's say Mars Toys, Daft Toys, Mars Toys, Daft Toys, SE or something, those companies, they send me the figures for me to review. But sometimes when I review. But I'm also very busy with work lately, but my live streams continue on Collectors Unite on every Thursday with Ellen and Christian. And yeah, if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please don't subscribe. It's not worth.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it at all.
I'm an influencer. I get shit day one, and I mislead people.
If you are already subscribed, consider unsubscribe, because I already have too many subscribers. So that's all I have to say.
Do you feel like you're letting people down?
I feel like really, I feel like I'm letting people down because I'm not producing enough content in the last months. So just unsubscribe and let the channel die.
No, don't say that.
Oh,
So this is very quick. So this is the boys from Prime 1. Which, by the way, I'm gonna announce something soon. I don't want to say what it is, but you know,
You are
it's a
doing a
statue.
giveaway
It's a
of
statue.
these.
It's a statue related. But I'll say it when the time comes. So
don't tease us, Dante.
so yeah, this is a statue 1/3. Or 1/3? It is 1/3. I don't even remember. What is this?
I think it's a
1/4?
quarter, isn't it?
I think it's a quarter, right?
Dude, I think it's a 1/4. I thought.
Let's see what the fuck this is. I think it's one. I mean, it's $900, so it has to be 1/4 or something. Oh, this is Japanese. Perfect. Yeah, I can read Japanese. Okay. Yeah, I think it's 1/4. I think. I hope. I don't know.
I think it is 1/4. I think I remember seeing the other one that they've got on pre-order. I think it's a 1/4.
Well, it is something. Whatever that is, it is something. But you know, yeah, it's gonna be nice. Anyway, Desi, anything going on your channel?
No, my channel is just feeding info as far as tutorials as what it was always meant for, but no new videos. So if you'd like to subscribe, by all means, but I'd rather have you guys subscribe to Dante's channel or to Joel's, even though he just said not to do that.
Thank you. No, not to do that for my channel, not Dante's
yeah, for
channel.
Joel's channel.
Subscribe to Dante every day.
But no. But Dante, thank you for having me on. It was great conversations. I like it when when we may disagree, not either with each other or online. It's good to have that discussion. So
Right.
privilege to talk it over
Respectfully, of course. We didn't have to offend anybody or make our points going across by just cursing and insulting people. You know, everyone is entitled for their opinion, and also we're free to kind of state ours. So that's exactly what we did. Mr. Chuck, again, another pleasure having you here. He's our new member now. He's gonna be with us hopefully every Friday, if obviously work permits. But anything you want to share about your channel? Maybe what's in the horizon for your YouTube journey?
Yeah, so I'm in the process of looking at names for the channel. I'm not going to leave it 38 Nerds because that's just where I live. That's the name of the road where we live, and me being the nerd, that's the name of my company. But I've got some stuff ordered. I'm going to start doing some reviews. I've got that J. Scott Campbell piece that I got for my wife. I'm going to review, and I'm actually going to bring her into some of the stuff that we do on the channel to get a woman's point of view, because so many of the discussions that take place and collectors that are out there, most of us are men. And I think it would be cool to have a woman's perspective on a lot of this stuff, because she collects just as much as I do. Her stuff is phenomenal, as you know. So
that's awesome,
yeah,
man.
Cool.
So it's going to be all coming. It's coming together. I need to get with you and get some recommendations on light boxes and stuff
Anytime,
like that.
puppy.
So
You know where to find me.
but it's going to come, and it's just going to be an old middle-aged fat guy giving opinions about plastic. So, you know, that's good. That's excellent entertainment right there.
And yeah, and of course, you know, get ready for the haters, because there's always one
Oh,
that's
yeah,
gonna
that
dislike your
doesn't-
videos.
That
You
stuff
know.
doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, at this point, I just laugh. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed this show. Stay tuned. More things happening very soon. I'm waiting for my inner Batman finally, so I'm working on that review, and then I'm gonna do a statue review, which I cannot tell you what that is yet, but you'll hear from me soon. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on all my social media platforms. Become a member of the channel, because let me tell you, you're missing out, especially that VIP WhatsApp group. You're missing out. And as always, be well, and see you around in the next video.